A wonderful service we provide is doing a lifestyle analysis. Now, most financial advisors say to a client, oh, you have enough money to last for 10 years. The fact is, they don't know what their client is spending. We are able to provide them with that lifestyle analysis, exactly how much money is being spent. We calculate the growth of the assets with the help of the financial advisor, and we're able to come up with a number to say exactly how many years and or months you have left to continue to live the style you want to live.
But we can also use that kind of plan to not just tell them when they're going to simply run out of assets, but also when they might consider using some of those assets in a different way to elongate that process. We can factor in something like a long-term care insurance policy. If it's a 5-year benefit period for a policy, it means it will last 5 years. If we factor in the month in which that policy begins and the month in which that policy ends, that will also determine and likely increase the longevity of how long someone's assets will last them. Same goes for considering selling a piece of real estate. I have a client who had both of these assets. She lives currently in a assisted living facility and also owns a brownstone in Brooklyn and has a fairly generous long-term care insurance policy that has a benefit period of 7 years. Her problem was figuring out what would make the most financial sense while also keeping her comfortable. She could sell her home and simply live off the profits of that sale to stay in an assisted living facility, or she could consider moving back into her home and instead using her long-term care insurance policy to pay for home health aides. And she wanted to see which of those scenarios would be affordable for longer. That kind of analysis is our specialty. We can look at the assets she has. We can also use an estimated growth rate based on whatever investment she is relying on. In this case, she had a number of pensions as well as annuities that she was counting on to keep her afloat that would change, as well as the typical standard increase for Social Security every year. And we can factor all of those things in to give a not so rough estimate of how long our client's money is going to last them until either it runs out or until they reach a certain point that they decide they want to make a financial transition to a different circumstances of living.
And we're very conservative when we do this. We make sure that we're not making wild predictions. And historically for us, we've always been surprisingly accurate with our cash flow analysis.
This is a scenario where we really want to under-promise and over-deliver. So we typically give people a range of 3 to 6 months to determine how accurate our report is going to be. But we have a very good track record with determining this, and we can tweak these reports as things progress if they start following the plan that's put into action.